Welcome back, everyone. Got a cool knife here. This was loaned in from my buddy Cliff up in Alaska. And this is the Hoback Knives Sumo. Hoback does a great job in packaging. Okay, and I've talked about this before, but it's worth noting again just because it's so cool. Okay? Works really great. Nice little cutout. And this stuff is not expensive. And they give you a card with some specs on the knife and a little bit about his company and all of that, which is great. It's nice, it's like balsa wood type stuff, but very cool packaging. Comes with a sticker, comes with a little patch, and comes with the tools to take apart the knife. That's awesome. Okay? All of you other companies and people that say you can't take apart the knife or you void the warranty, kiss off. Okay? There are a lot of good, high quality makers that make stuff that you're allowed to take apart. In fact, they give you the tools. Why is that so hard for people to understand? What are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide by saying you can't put a tool on my knife or you void the warranty? You already sold it. Like, it's out of your hands. Just let me do what I want with it. Okay, that's my take on it. But let's get back to the knife. Okay. There's been a bunch of other reviews on this. This is a hot knife these days. I am never going to be your first look at a knife. Okay, that's not true. I might have been once or twice, but generally no. I get stuff after the fact, after the hype settles down usually. Or I get stuff that's just old. I show up with stuff that's, years old. Like another one that Cliff sent me that a video will be coming out in a couple of days on. It's old. You can't get one. But it's freaking cool. Very unique. But that's what my channel's all about, is just showing all the knives. Whether they're current, whether they're discontinues, whether they're one-off customs, you name it, I'm going to show it to you. So, let's dive into this one. 4 inches closed. 7¼ inch overall. 3.5 inch blade. 3 inch cutting edge. CPM 20 CV. Blade thickness is 0.156. Overall thickness is 0.570. It's a button lock, and it runs on bearings. Weighs in at 4.5 ounces. This thing is super cool. I love the blade grind is just very cool. Nice swedge on the top. Very strong tip because of that swedge. Just done really nicely. The thumb studs that also act like the stop pins. Well, they don't act like it. They are the stop pins. Button lock. The gray and the blue is perfect. The clip, well, we'll talk about that. I think the back side of the pivot is awesome. The back spacer is pretty unique and pretty freaking cool. The pocket clip really digs into my hand. If you hold this tight, right there, it digs in good. Not comfortable at all. Light grip is awesome. Bear down on it, and yeah, that's going to kind of poke you because you'll see it kind of swoops up there. Now, they could have still had this ramp and had this kind of a little more flattened off. It works great in your pocket, just not great in the hand. And I know, I'm always complaining how the clip doesn't work in my pocket, and the maker should just make sure that it works in my pocket. So I can't really fault them because it works in your pocket. It just doesn't work in your hand very well. Button lock is super fun, super cool. It's got a great sound. So I do enjoy the auditory aspect of this. I love the milling that they did inside of the scales. I mean, all in all, it's just a really, really cool knife. Now, you can sort of flip it. It probably won't work this time because I'm going to show it on camera. So you can kind of light switch it there. It almost isn't going to make it, but it does. The D10 is kind of light, so it's not designed that way, I don't believe, but it does just the shape of the blade and the backspacer and all that. It does give you that ability, which is kind of cool, especially for those of my other reviewers that love to have multiple options to deploy the knife, and they won't buy a knife if it doesn't have multiple options. Well, this one gives you multiple options. Okay? You can thumb it, you can finger flick it, you can reverse finger flick it, and you can even flip it. So let's do a couple size comparisons. The Sharpie, the Quiet Carry Waypoint. So it's just about the same size, just a hair shorter than the Waypoint. Obviously much thinner in dimensions, thicker in thickness, whatever. Delica. This is an unscripted show, guys. Like I talked about before, I make a few notes over here of some sizes and dimensions, and then I just kind of roll with it. Kubi KB237. And last but not least, the Hellraiser P-Series. It's because it's awesome. So there you have it. This is the Hoback Sumo. It's a very cool knife. I do like it. I don't like the clip, but in general, I do like this knife because it is very fidgety. But for me, I wouldn't get it just because it's uncomfortable in the hand. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.